good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. March 27, 2022 was one of the most memorable days of all time. I mean, if you can remember, it was a slap heard around the world when Will Smith walked up to Chris Rock and did this. Oh, wow. It was a slap that we thought that was fake or it was a prank, but no, it was real as it could get. But Chris Rock, remember, a lot of people took his side of the argument because Will Smith should have been able to control himself. But guess what? Chris Rock was about to get a lot of money, but he had to make sure that he didn't give any interviews to the public because that would have stopped the money. Well, what do you mean, O'Shea? Well, he knew people wanted to hear his side of the story since he got slapped. He made sure he did a stand-up special on Netflix, bringing a lot of money. He needed to hold all that information for the most part until he really got paid for it. And that is not a bad idea, because if you're gonna get slapped, you might as well get paid for it. But what does this have to do with Tia Mowry and Cory Hardrict? Fast forward! I'm glad you asked that question. You see, Tia Mowry, later on that year in 2022, filed for divorce from Cory Hardrict, stating irreconcilable differences. Of those, we don't know what they were, but we did know that she graduated from marriage and all of that stuff, and she wanted to be free, explore her options, all of those things that pretty much belittled Cory Hardrict and made him look incompetent without saying that he was incompetent. But you know what she probably intended to do? She probably thought that he would be stuck without her. And she's right. It probably did hurt. But this is not the first time that this sort of thing happens with women.
Even though I don't want to be with him anymore, there is a part of me that wants him to still want to be with me. And when I kind of think about like what gets me upset or why am I so sad about certain things, of him wanting to also go through with the divorce, if I don't want to be with him. My problem is not that I don't value myself or I don't have self-love. I think if I didn't, I would continue to be in this relationship. And I feel like this found awareness of myself and the self-love has brought me to this point of wanting to get the divorce and move on and find someone or many someones that fulfill me, more.
Sound like that man about to be free, and you can go out to the streets and find those many someones you want to find.
You see, a lot of women may not want to get back with their ex-husbands or, to be married again. No, they really don't want that. They just don't want to really see you move on and you be happy, especially if you move on and do better than them. Now, I talked about that just the other day. When Cory Hardrict started dating Tia Mowry, she was doing a lot better than he was. But the cases are now reversed and Cory Hardrict is in the money. And Tia Mowry doesn't really have a whole bunch of opportunities. I mean, she's doing Instagram promotional ads and stuff like that, which is the same thing that a lot of YouTubers would do. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting. And she has a Lifetime show coming out. But the biggest thing that she has coming out is this particular reality show about her that just came out on October the 4th. And if you look at some of the stuff going on her page, a lot of this stuff is kind of catered towards, being a victim, like how is she doing after the divorce? And I thought that maybe this was like her trying to say that she missed Cory Hardrict or maybe she regretted what she was doing. But no, Tia Mowry doesn't regret that at all. And let me prove what I'm talking about. Let's check out this particular clip here in the background where you see she just posted this, "Are you scared of doing things alone? How it feels to do things alone." And you see that's her by herself. And, she's trying to basically say like, hey, this is my life after the divorce. Look at me overcoming it. Basically trying to align with a lot of women who are doing the same thing. But let's look at the Instagram post itself, what she wrote in the caption. Sad music! For a long time, I confuse being alone with loneliness, but I come to realize that loneliness and solitude are two very different things. Solitude is not a punishment, it is a gift. Sitting in solitude is where the magic happens. It's in those quiet moments that you hear your inner whispers. What in the hell? And discover the peace within yourself. I'm learning to truly love my own company, and this journey has been powerful. Like, she says this every freaking week, okay? And nobody is dumb. This is the same thing that you're always saying all the time. And Cory Hardrict is never saying these things because he just doesn't care. But it makes sense why Tia Mowry is doing this same thing almost every other day. The reason is Tia Mowry is going to admit something. She admitted that she hid the reality of her marriage to Cory Hardrict until now. Until the My Next Act, the WeTV reality show, which appeared on October the 4th. Basically, what Tia Mowry wanted to do was to build up the audience in the anticipation for this show by, for the most part, pretending to be a victim, sometimes crying on her Instagram posts, trying to make an emotional connection so she can get those people to watch her over there to hear exactly what she had to say about Cory Hardrict. Now, what she didn't expect was that Cory Hardrict was never going to badmouth her, because if he did, it would have made, the reality show so much more juicier, but he didn't give her that capability. And so it would have made him also look very bad. But now, because he's not responding to her in that little struggle reality show that she has, and she hid all that information looking to cash in and get bigger money, it's pretty much flopping. And now a lot of the women that are her fans are turning against her. Now, I was on Yahoo where I got this article, and I just want to read just a few of the comments that people, most notably women, saying about Tia Mowry. Let's look at this one. Her mind has been imprisoned by the movement. She's low-key saying that he's not a man. The comments about giving him a hug and not serving a man give it away. No physical or emotional abuse. No infidelity. No financial hardships. The man has been active in Hollywood receiving checks. The checks just haven't been as large as she would prefer. He has never said one negative word publicly about her, but she keeps putting shots across the bow. I wish him the very best, and for her, whatever she has coming. It's very interesting that this lady put this particular statement here, because I found a lady that had a very similar experience in her own life.
Hey, peace. What's up? All right. I divorced my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. This one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them.
Yeah, this is very similar. She thought she was better than her husband, and now she regrets it. But let's look at some other people here. Jennifer says, so the message should be loud and clear now to Cory. When you see her on the red carpet, don't acknowledge her or make any eye contact, because she is milking that 2-second high and hug as if it was the worst thing that ever happened to her. Once again, I thought it was a gag order in their divorce settlement that they can't say anything disparaging about the marriage and each other. Shouldn't Cory's lawyers be enforcing this agreement? Then we have Latricia. It seems to me that she is still hurting, but I wish she would stop. Now she's going to speak about it on her reality show. Goodness. Wishing them both a lifetime of happiness, whether they get back together or not. He should never go back to her. Solo. I didn't hear anything about what he was doing wrong. Teaching her kids how to quit something that's hard, a lesson too many kids get these days. Mama D. I get so tired of all of this living their true stuff from celebrities. Such an overused phrase. If she was so unhappy with him all this time, you mean to tell me that she didn't realize this in the 22 years that they were together? She was always gushing about how much she loved him, and now all of a sudden she wants to live her truth? Just say that you wanted a reality show where you could dress like she has been, super short dresses, tight clothes with everything showing, the heavy makeup, etc. She wanted to be single again, so just say that. Now her kids can see her trying to date a whole bunch of men, partying with her girls. Yeah, that's what you want your kids to follow? Can I get an ooh sound effect? Danielle, I tried watching the first episode of her new reality show and I just can't stomach it. She made the breakup public and continues to do so. If you don't want the public opinion, keep your life private. There have been plenty of people in the public sphere that have kept things private. Let's look at Ola. I think Tia needs to keep her divorce as quiet as she kept the marriage. You do have children to think about what you say and do. You both chose each other, now you've chosen to part. We the public don't need to know the ands and ifs or buts about, nor do we care. Didi, she should continue to hide her truth. She devil. She left him to be for the streets. I hope he finds someone better. Juanita, I wish he would find someone that treats him really good, then flaunt in her face. I wonder then what her reaction would be. My tie 4. I truly think part of the reason this marriage didn't work out is how young they were when they met and the discrepancy between the two of them. Tia had a major head start beginning as a child actress, and while they have both been supportive of each other's acting career, over time they must have realized they were incompatible and unhappy. It's better to let go of these relationships while you're still young in your 20s before you truly mature and want a compatible companion. Boss lady goes, she seems bitter that he's not suffering like she thought he would. I don't recall this gentleman saying one negative thing since they announced the divorce. Let it go. Maybe Tia's a problem. Her sister isn't even speaking to her. Then this last one. Funny how her ex has yet to say anything negative about her or their marriage problems, but she keeps him in her mouth. Talk about bitter. Just move on and live your life now, because I'm sure he's living his, not thinking about you. And that's really the gist of it. His ability to not stoop down to her level has won him a lot of support, while she's still trying to make money off of his name and getting dustier and dustier each day. I guess it does pay to be a class act, black men. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Producer for all you, Discard Bell. We're out.